Sometimes I feel like off. I mean, मैं भाड़ में गया, सब कुछ भाड़ में गया. ये जर्नलिज्म, लोगों को अपनी लड़ाई लड़ने दो. लगता है कि वो अंदर से ही नहीं होगा. इंडियन मीडिया को लगता है कि ओ लुक एट हर, शी इज राइटिंग फॉर वॉशिंगटन पोस्ट. भाई मुझे प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं मिला तो मैं वहां लिख रही हूँ और शायद मेरे लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है ये लिखना. I want the world to know about what's happening in India. अंग्रेजी गाने पे मैं नाच ही नहीं सकती, okay? The thing is, I'm like, you play English songs and I can't dance. You play Sheila Ki Jawani and that's what I'm like, bro, this is me. बहुत कमजोर पैदा हुई थी. I was born like 900 grams, a premature baby, 7-month-old. Doctors told my parents कि आप, we were in Azamgarh. They said don't take your train yet. Let something happen to her and then you guys go so that you can bury her here. So fortunately I survived. पहली बात तो आपको पोलियो हो जाता है तो आपके साथ वैसे भी कोई बच्चे खेलते नहीं हैं बिकॉज आपको लगता है कि अजीब अजीब आपके लिए वर्ड्स यूज़ किए जाते हैं कि लंगड़ी है, ये वो है. वो मिरेकुलस क्योर कैसे हो गया पता नहीं. बट व्हेन आई वाज cured of polio and everything, I started loving Allah. For me, He was like a best friend. So I used to talk to Allah, like when I would sleep. I was like, Allah मियाँ, आज स्कूल में किसी ने बात नहीं किया, आज फिर ये हुआ. So it became a person who I could confide in. And suddenly, my religion became like a soothing balm for me. I think my stories speak out louder than who I am. So, I don't know. I think I'm not a serious person that you guys think I am. So I'm not always pursuing Modi and Shah, which just becomes synonymous with my name. I do a lot of fun things also, people. I mean, I check out guys, I go on dates. Oh my god, that's gonna be a spoiler of my reputation. I'm a fun person, I think. There is a life to me besides the work that I do. Very much a family girl. My father was a writer. So he saw that journalist, his dream to be fulfilled by the brother who could not because he had to support the family. So I ended up being one, and my father is like the rock. When I came into journalism, the first job I was told to report on lifestyle and entertainment, और वो fashion show cover करो और Bollywood cover करो. औरतों को ही क्यों भेजा जाता है? आपको जब मैं पॉलिटिकल रिपोर्टिंग करने आई तो was one woman journalist who said, Rana, don't focus on political reporting. No, it's a men's domain. Men drink alcohol, have drinks with politicians, and then they get their stories, and you have to go late nights. And I'm like, this entire myth that you have built that women can't do political reporting, women can't do crime, women should report on rape, women should report on fashion, women should report on Bollywood. Why? What the f***? This entire attack that is thrown at me is like, ye Musliman, jihadi Jain. So I'm like, hey, if I'm attacked as a Muslim, I'll defend as a Muslim. So this is me, and if you have a problem with my identity, I'm sorry, you have to live with it. Because I'm not going anywhere. This is my country as much as it is your country. And I'm gonna fight as an Indian. You want to question my Indianness? Good for you. I'm not giving you my patriotism. People think, oh, she's anti-Modi and anti-Amit Shah and anti-BJP. You guys clearly have not seen my reporting from back in the day when I was reporting on the terror laws that were introduced by the Congress party. You have not seen me reporting on UAPA and the misuse of UAPA. Indian media को लगता है कि oh, look at her, she is writing for Washington Post. भाई मुझे प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं मिला तो मैं वहाँ लिख रही हूँ और शायद मेरे लिए बहुत important है ये लिखना. I want the world to know about what's happening in India, and it's important. And if you are scared and you are not speaking, then let me. What are the headlines in newspapers? Indian government lashes out at the UN. It doesn't say UN reaches out to the Indian government to protect Rana. The headline is India lashes out at the UN. All the media houses. I feel extremely disappointed with the Indian media because in 2013, just after I left Tehelka, I wrote an article in DNA. The article was pulled out and it became huge. Everybody wrote about Rana Ayyub's article being pulled down by DNA. What choice did I have? I went to everybody in the Indian media. किसने मुझे नौकरी दी? आपने मुझे लिखने नहीं दिया है. I want the Indian journalists to just, अगर आप मुझे support नहीं कर सकते हो, मत करो. Don't throw me under the bus. Look at Washington Post right now. Can you imagine, for probably one of the first times in its history, our entire front page dedicated to press freedom. A Washington Post had to do this, and next day, Indian media calls me and says, oh, we want to do a story on Washington Post putting an entire front page. I said, it took a Washington Post for you to take notice of my plight. उससे पहले आप मेरे पास reach, but then I'm glad the Telegraph did an entire front page on me saying the world speaks up for Rana. I mean, it felt good. When Telegraph wrote ना, honestly, Washington Post से ज़्यादा खुशी हुई क्योंकि ये मेरे अपने लोग थे. ऐसा लग रहा है कि आपके अपने आपका साथ दे रहे हैं. Look at the kind of trolling that I get. It's so sexualized. It's so misogynistic. Jihadi Jane, photoshopping my image with men, planting stories about me sleeping with men. Planting my image on a porn video. This is like a universal problem. Unfortunately, more so in India because of the conditioning that we have, the patriarchy that is even more entrenched, which of course is a global phenomena, but more entrenched in India. So yeah, I think if I had been a man, easily, I mean, nobody would have questioned my journalism and nobody would be like, इसने इतनी जल्दी कैसे कर लिया? मेरे ऊपर porn video बनाया, फिर मेरा image morph कर दिया. आपको क्या लगता है कि ये सब करने से मैं चुप हो जाऊंगी? मैं survive कर लूंगी. And my journalism will survive, and so will my stories. There are not many people who have the heart to say, I'm going to stand by her. I just want somebody to say, hey, listen, I've got your back. Just that. Don't do anything for me. Just say, hey, I've got your back. But I think given the times that we're living in, even that is asking for too much. And I'm not going to compromise on that. कितनी अच्छी life होती है यार अगर कुछ और करती मैं तो मतलब You are now, my sister is getting notices from the ED, my father is getting notices from the ED. They don't deserve this. Sometimes I feel like I mean, मैं भाड़ में गया सब कुछ, भाड़ में गया ये journalism, लोगों को अपनी लड़ाई लड़ने दो. लगता है कि वो अंदर से ही नहीं होगा. I don't have the luxury of being quiet. I'm a little exhausted. I don't want to explain myself to anyone anymore. It's exhausting to tell your truth, tell your side of the story. No, I'm sorry. You either believe my story or you don't believe my story. I mean, if you have problems in believing my truth, too bad. I'm not explaining myself to anyone anymore. I did a lot of explaining.
Multi-crore charity scandal has broken out involving someone who says she's a journalist called Rana Ayyub.
I've been speaking to the investigative journalist Rana Ayyub.
Journalist Rana Ayyub today responded to an enforcement directorate case against her.
Journalist Rana Ayyub was facing a criminal investigation over a tweet of a controversial video.
I don't know, sometimes I just want to cry. Sometimes it's just really overwhelming. Sometimes you just want to cry and sometimes you just want to bang your head against something ki why me? I can't tell you. It's like an entire dam that is willing to just burst open when I'm sitting with my therapist. And the only thing that she kind of keeps asking me is, she said, "What's bothering you?" And I always tell her it's my loneliness. I said, I feel very lonely, doctor. It's just, I feel like I'm tired. I'm exhausted fighting this fight, and that's the only thing that bothers me. And that's the only time but it also, it's like my. I don't know what to say. I've been battling depression since I was 19, but journalism gave me the strength to overcome that. So it's also my medicine. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough battling anxiety. It's tough battling depression. But as they say, survivors know their battle, and which is why we know what other people go through. So when I do stories, I went to Delhi to report on the Delhi riots, and I was sitting with a family and I cried, and my camera person was like, "You're not cry." I said, "I'm a human also. If I'm hearing somebody's story and I cry, it just makes me more human." This is not the time to be silent, and we are living in an unprecedented time in our history. I mean, you think कि आपके घर तक नहीं आया है तो ठीक है, we are safe. It could come to your children. Don't see me as your hero. I don't want to be your hero. You have to be your own hero. I joined this dating app for like 30 minutes and I met a few interesting people. I went on dates and of course the political conversation. What's your take on this? What's your take on that? I don't think dating apps में भी मुझे मोदी जी आपने बहुत difficult कर दिया है मेरे लिए to date anybody. I mean, दो मुझे Google करते हैं बोलते second date नहीं हो सकती है. So yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, the pursuit of love continues. Love is somebody who says, "Babe, I got your back." Love is somebody who doesn't question. Love is somebody who believes in me and trusts in me. And love for me is fidelity. Like I see with my parents, married for 47 years now. You know, just so old-fashioned Rajendra Kumar Sadhna wala pyar. Bollywood, I think my psychiatrist says, your idea of love comes from all the films that you have seen in your life, okay? Because my mom used to make me watch all those Rajendra Kumar and Madhubala and Sadhana films. So in my life, the idea of love is that. So whenever I go on a date, I'm like, this is... Like first date, in my head, I'm already thinking about the nikah and the marriage, okay? Because that's what happens in Bollywood, okay? But real life is not that. But Bollywood has made me an unrealistic person who has unrealistic expectations of love and marriage and relationship. Bombay is for vada pav. Bombay is chutney. Bombay is lasan chi chutney. Bombay is ukritsa modak. Bombay is farar during Diwali. Bombay is just taking an auto and not haggling with a guy over meter कि भैया कितना लोगे and this is 21 rupee meter and 21 वो आपको 2 रुपए वापस भी देगा. That kind of culture. Bombay is going in a train at 1 in the night and not bothering about कि कोई आपको देख रहा है नहीं देख रहा है. It's wearing anything at any given point of time and not worried about कोई कैसा look दे रहा है आपको. Oh, life has to be same का same. Not a single day that I want to be changed from my life. Exactly. Relive. I'm the girl who will be on, like, bouncers know me by my first name. Okay, because I'm the one who's dancing on the table and everybody's like, what has she taken? And my friends will be like, fresh lime soda, sugar. That is nothing. The only thing that Rana Ayyub drinks is fresh lime soda, sugar, and she gets high and she goes on the dancing table in Toto's lane. I've embarrassed people, okay? I've embarrassed my friends. I'm dancing on Sheila Ki Jawani on top of the table and my friends are like, we disown her. ये हमारे साथ है ही नहीं. And bouncers are like, उठाओ नीचे इसको लेके आओ. So that's the person. I mean, अर्णब गोस्वामी को मालूम पड़ेगा बोलेगा गांजा पिया इसने. That kind, okay, that level of high. गुरना लो इश्क मिटा. Certainly, Sheila Ki Jawani has been an old favorite. I mean, Sheila Ki Jawani absolutely makes me want to dance. In Kala Chashma Jachdae Gore Mukde pe, I think most certainly I would love to dance on that song. अंग्रेजी गाने तो बिल्कुल मुझे समझते नहीं हैं. अंग्रेजी गाने पे मैं नाच ही नहीं सकती. Okay, the thing is, I'm like, you play English songs and I can't dance. You play Sheila Ki Jawani and that's what I'm like, bro. This is me. मैं फराज का जो मुझे बहुत पसंद है, जो उन्होंने डिक्टेटरशिप के अगेंस्ट लिखा था. मेरा कलम तो अमानत है मेरे लोगों की, मेरा कलम तो अदालत है मेरे ज़मीर की है. इसीलिए तो जो लिखा तपा के जहाँ से लिखा जबी को लोच कमा का जुबान तीर की है. मैं कट गिरूँ के सलामत रहूँ ये यकीन है मुझे कि ये हिसार सितम कोई तो गिराएगा. तमाम उम्र की इज़ा नसीबियों की कसम मेरे कलम का सफ़र रायगा न जाएगा.